The whole album. Yeah, I think it was maybe 22. Four bedrooms. That's right. Dad goes all over the room
Yeah, well, that's what they're all hoping that they'll make it into the precinct. They still have
afternoon, my name is Kathy and today's news is the celebration of Max's life. I'm a celebrant today for the sad farewell of a man who was loved by you all in your own way. That man is Max Doherty, who passed away peacefully on the 2nd of July at home with his family by his side. Today will be a day of sadness, but it also will be one filled with love and with memories. On behalf of myself, the staff of Peter Murray Funerals and Max's family, I would like to welcome you all here today and to thank you for coming and joining us in celebrating Max's life. I'd like to thank those that have travelled to be here and those that are joining us via the live stream and no doubt sending your love. Today you'll hear an outline of Max's life through his eulogy and hear more about him from his family and friends who'll be sharing some of their memories with you. You'll also get to see a snapshot of his life through a series of photos. Following on from today's ceremony, Max will be privately cremated. You've been invited to remain here at the club where you can continue to reminisce over a cuppa and nibbles and then join the family at 1979 Princess Highway now, which is Max and Dory's home. Max was a loving father of Michael, Karen and Paul, an admired father-in-law of Christine, Jeff and Sherry, and adored pa of Sian, Bradley and Tasha, Lauren and Tim, Reagan and T, Tamika and Taylor, Ebony, Rose and Cody, and great pa of Briley, Ruby, Kobe, Bella, Wesley and little Willow Marie, who he didn't get to hold, but he met through many FaceTime calls. He was an uncle, a relative and a friend to many. The best part of celebrating today is he will once again be reunited with the love of his life, Dory, who passed away in 2019. Max's heart has never mended after her death, so we can just imagine how happy that reunion would be. I'm now going to read a poem titled Reunited, and you'll find the words on your booklets. Don't ever believe that I am dead and gone. I want you to know that in spirit I live on. Never weep when you gaze at that one empty chair. Don't you know that quite often I come and sit there? I still know that you're low when you've had a bad day, for I'm only a whisper or a heartbeat away. I still walk where you walk, I still hold your hand. My footsteps aren't there when you walk through the sand. But my voice can be heard in the sound of the sea, or in a little child's laughter when bounced on your knee. You'll hear me when the cool breeze rustles through the flowers, or in the treetops that bend with the first evening showers. I will whisper to you in the stiff of the night. If you could but see me, you will know I'm all right. Search well with your eyes, you will glimpse me one day, as I stand there and watch little children play. I'm the light in the shadow, I'm the snowflake that falls, a shadow lit by moonlight, or the night bird that calls. My spirit lives on, although my earth time is done. I'm still part of the earth, I'm lit by the sun. Smile for me please, I don't want you to grieve. I'm well and I'm strong, and I didn't really leave. When your time comes to go, the last thing you'll see is my smile as I whisper, you're coming to me. For death is not final as you close your eyes. There's light that's far brighter than blue summer skies. I'll lead you towards it, all loved ones are there, happy and strong, free of all earthly care. I'll be patiently waiting for you to pass through, for death simply means reunited with you. Max was born on the 9th of January 1944 in Port Kembla to parents Percy and Lillian. Max had one younger brother, Alan. He went to school at Port Kembla. Sadly, when Max was 10 years of age, his father was killed in a tragic accident. Once again, tragedy struck their family and his mum passed away just 2 years later. Max and Alan then moved in with their Uncle Charlie and his family. After school, Max completed an apprenticeship as a builder carpenter while embarking on his long career with a company called Lysarts, working in the steel industry for them for 25 years. In Wollongong, Max met the love of his life, Lynette, known affectionately to many as Dory. They fell in love and were married on the 7th of December in 1963. Michael was born, then Karen arrived shortly after. Max and the family moved to Frankston because Max had been transferred there by Lysagh's and he worked for the company in Hastings. A few years later, Paul arrived, completing the Doherty clan. In 1979, the family took a new adventure by going into business with Crystal and Kaz Witkowski, running the Now or Never Caravan Park in Now, which is now known as the Mingley Waters Caravan Park. They had this business for 7 years before selling up and starting another business in Lakes Entrance, a coffee lounge by the name of Cherry's Coffee Lounge. This was a wonderful business which did very well. The family have fond memories of the coffee lounge, especially the pies and the pasties and the sausage rolls that Max made along with his famous quiches. Dory became ill and the business was too much for Max to run on his own after 16 years. So he then drove taxis for a living. I was told he was a well-liked taxi driver because he never spoke too much, and he had quite a regular clientele that he would take to their shopping and to appointments. They lived on a farm at Tosteree, but once again tragedy struck and the home caught fire in the lounge room, which led them to buy a place back in Now. This home was to be their forever home. After many years, Vic Roads wanted to put their new highway intersection there in 2005. So they resettled into their last family home on the highway on the west side of Now. In 2009, Max was diagnosed with a brain tumour, which resulted in him having to stop work. He went to Melbourne and had surgery to remove the tumour, and unfortunately, they couldn't remove 100%, and he suffered long-term effects from the remaining tumour. Karen told me that Max was supposed to wear hearing aids, but of course he wouldn't wear them. After Dory died in 2019, Max felt that he had lost half of himself and he never got over his broken heart. His health continued to decline and this resulted in multiple falls. Max had a fall and was taken to hospital after many weeks. Family decided to take Max home where he wished to be. Max knew that he didn't want to spend the last of his life in a nursing home, so with the help of Paul and Cherie, who put their lives on hold, they travelled from Queensland and they helped to look after Pa. The family would like to thank the following people: the community nursing staff, especially Kathy, Selena and Pam, grandson Bradley and neighbour Marie, the staff at the Now General Store, and most of all, Paul and Cherie and the rest of the family. I've had a few tributes that have been given to me to read out, and I'm now going to read those. This one is from Michael. My dad, Pa. To the world, you were just a dad, but you were the world to our family. I find comfort that you are now reunited with our beloved mum, Dory. My father was strong in body, in spirit and in commitment, and was so proud of his home and so happy in his life. His paradise was with his family. Thank you, Dad, for working hard all your life to give your family the best life and protected by your love. My father was self-made and self-reliant, and his love was unconditional, and this is something I will cherish from his character and take with me forever. His love, kindness and generosity for family, relatives and friends will be remembered by all who had the pleasure of knowing him. Dad will always remember that smile, that caring heart for your family you always gave us, being here for your family through good times and bads no matter what. We'll always remember you, Dad, because there will never be another one to replace you in our hearts and the love. We will always have you. Love eternal, Max Joseph Doherty. Dad, thank you for being the best husband, dad, grandfather and great-grandfather. With love eternal, your eldest son Michael Doherty and family. This one's from Bradley. Pa, a man of very few words, so I'll keep this short too. Our phone calls never lasted more than a minute, but that's okay. Thanks for being you and all you and Doherty did for me growing up, and the kids adored you. Thanks for all the memories, it's been the best. It's been a rough time for me, especially the last few months, but you finally got your wish. You will forever be in our hearts, and I'll never forget you. Love you, Pa. Rest easy, mate. And this is from Briley and Kobe. We remember Pa as funny, caring and a bloke. He always lightened our day whenever we saw him, and he'd call us Dal and Chook. Thank you, Pa, for being there, not just for us, but for everyone you met during your life. And we will always remember you and that nice smile you had. We hope you're with Dory and having fun with her up there. We love you, Pa, and we'll miss you so much. All beautiful words and all beautiful memories. Now, is there anybody who would like to come up and share a few words? No? It's okay. You can share all your memories later on when all the family are gathered around nice and close. When the decision is made to have a photo presentation of a loved one at a funeral, the fun begins. When you go through the photos and you select which ones to use. There's usually laughter and tears and so many memories when, like, remember when we went there, or remember when this happened. Those memories that are special are the ones that you choose to share. And you're now going to see Max's life as it's been captured in the following photos.
Before they turn off all the lights, I won't read you your wrongs or your rights. The time has gone. I'll tell you good night, close the door. Tell you I love you once more. The time has gone, so here it is. I'm not your son, you're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive, no need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. So chase the monsters away. Oh, well, I'll read a story to you. Only difference is this one is true. The time has gone. I folded your clothes on the chair. I hope you sleep well, don't be scared. Time has gone, so here it is. I'm not your son, you're not my father. We're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive, no need to forget. I know your mistakes. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. we're just two grown men saying goodbye. No need to forgive, no need to forget. I know your mistakes and you know mine. And while you're sleeping, I'll try to make you proud. So daddy, won't you just close your eyes? Don't be afraid, it's my turn to chase the monsters away. I found a love for me. Well, darling, just dive right in, follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass. We're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight. Well, I found a woman stronger than anyone I know. She shares my dreams. I hope that someday I'll share her home. I found a love to carry more than just my secrets, to carry love, to carry children of our own. We are still kids, but we're so in love, fighting against all odds. I know we'll be alright this time. Darling, just hold my hand, be my girl, I'll be your man. I see my future
many family photos, family events, gatherings, and lots of smiles in those. Today you've been remembering a man who was loved by you all in your own special way. In the days, weeks and years to come, visit those special memories that are tucked safely in your hearts and share them with others. Tell the younger ones about the moments in Max's life that meant something special, and these memories can be passed down through the future generations. Remember Max's love of fishing, and if you hook a big one, imagine him helping you to reel it in. There were many days spent out in the boat fishing, water skiing, and towing the kids on the boogie boards. Remember Max for his dry sense of humour. He was a man of few words, and this was just as well because I was told that Doherty did enough talking for both of them, and I'm sure she'll be up there chewing his ear off now. He enjoyed gardening and grew abundance of veggies and fruit trees, but sadly he couldn't beat the bowerbirds no matter what he did to try and get them away from them. So he ended up by letting the birds win and get his garden. He enjoyed going to the footy and watching the kids play, and he barracked for Collingwood. So the next time you hear the Collingwood theme song being played, maybe this weekend, imagine how happy Max would be because they had won a game. He liked watching the cricket, and each year he would watch Bathurst. You saw him in his favourite chair towards the end. One of the things that will be remembered for a long time to come was Max's pasties, pies and sausage rolls. They were homemade, and when they had Cherry's Coffee Lounge. He took great pride in his baking, and he even gave out the recipe for the quiches that people didn't realise that he made, not Dory. He especially liked potato cakes, Hungry Jacks and cheeseburgers, which of course didn't match up to George's Burgers in Bairnsdale. Nothing will match up to George's Burgers in Bairnsdale. He enjoyed ice cream and peaches over any meal. Family was very important to Max, and family holidays, barbecues, or just playing a game of pool with family meant a lot to him. I was told he was a bit of a tight ass, and probably even had his first amount of play lunch money that he was given by his mother. He was a bit partial back in the day to having a smoke and a beer and a good drop of whiskey. So maybe have a beer or whiskey in his honour and give him a cheer. Some have already done that prior to us starting the ceremony with a good drop. Chivas Regal. However you remember Max, I'm sure it will be with love in your hearts and hopefully with a smile on your face. I'm going to close with a tribute to Max from his family. He never looked for praises, he was never one to boast. He just went on quietly working for the ones he loved the most. His dreams were seldom spoken, his wants were very few, and most of the times his worries went unspoken too. He was there, a firm foundation through all our storms of life, a sturdy hand to hold on to in times of stress and strife. A true friend we could turn to when times were good or bad. One of our greatest blessings, that man that we call Dad, Pa, Maxie, but we never call him late for dinner. We hope you enjoy your run, Pa. Thank you.
Is it peaceful? Is it free like they say? Does the sun shine bright forever? Have your fears and your pain gone away? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is missing since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angel's choir, and I hope the in heaven. All your days filled with love and light. Is there music? Is there art and adventure? Tell me, are you happy? Are you more alive? 'Cause here on earth it feels like everything good is the same since you left. And here on earth everything's different. There's an emptiness. Oh, I hope you're dancing in the sky, and I hope you're singing in the angels' choir, and I hope the angels know what they have. I'll bet it's so nice up in heaven since you arrived. Since you arrived.
We do this.
Squeeze.
Boy, go and roll those.
Yep.